Hello, this is Michelle, the massage therapist. I'm going to do a short video here to break down a 3-part breath, which is great for relaxation, a quick breathing technique, or even just as an addendum to physical therapy and stretching in your core and your diaphragm and your chest, neck, shoulders, everything in here around the lungs. Okay, so we are mostly one kind of breather or another. Many people are shallow chest breathers. Some people breathe naturally into their belly, like myself. And to figure out what you are, just place one hand on the navel or just below, and one hand on your chest, and breathe naturally. Do you feel your belly moving in and out? Or do you feel your chest rise more? Is it lifting? Do you feel your shoulders going out to the side? Might be that middle breath. So what we're going to do is focus a couple of breaths on each section to get familiar with how that feels. So putting your hands again around your belly button and that lower and middle belly, I want you to just breathe in and imagine pushing your hands away from your body with your breath. Relax your shoulders, keep that spine straight, and we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Push the belly. Good. As you breathe out, feel your muscles kind of bring that belly back in. So you're actually engaging your core muscles a bit. Pushing out, relaxing, pulling in a little bit as you breathe out. Okay. Now, for the middle part of the breath, we're going to expand our ribs like a bellows that you would use to blow air on a fire. The diaphragm is the circular muscle at the bottom of the ribs that expands like a parachute when we breathe in, and we use it to control our breath when we're singing or talking. And when it gets tight, it can cause problems in the low back and the hips, in the front of the shoulders or the back of the middle upper back. So it's great if you can get this stretched out with your breath, which we can do. Put your hands on your ribs. So I'm just kind of on the side here, and I want you to think about breathing into your, like as your breath comes in and expands to the side and fills the armpits and the rib cage. So you're going to push your ribs out with your breath as you breathe in. And as the air comes out, just allow your ribs to go back to centered. Feel that muscle around the bottom of the ribs if you can. Just bring your awareness to the ribs and that diaphragm muscle. Let your shoulders relax. Knees are soft. Spine is straight. Breathe in and push out into the armpits and ribs. One more. Now we're going to become aware of that upper breath, the chest breath. So when you breathe in, you're going to lift your sternum. It's like blowing up a balloon. We're going to put them together. So when you breathe in, think about pushing your hands and your belly out, then into the ribs and armpits, and then up into the chest. So I'm going to put one hand on my ribs, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. All right, breathing in deep into the belly. Did you see the different parts? So it's kind of hard for me to tell you while I'm doing the breath, but it's belly, ribs, then chest. All in one. So I'm filling all my lungs, If you bring all that air into your lungs and then push it out, you're cleaning some of that old air that's stuck in your lungs. It doesn't get moved around as much. You're increasing your circulation of your blood. You're bringing fresh oxygen into your muscles, your heart, all the parts that need the fresh oxygen, hopefully your brain as well. So keep breathing. We're going to do 3 or 4 breaths, those full parts, lower ribs, chest, and breathe out. Push the belly, open the ribs, lift the chest, and breathe out. Continue to take the deep breaths in through the nose and feel it move into the back. Imagine the parts. The lungs aren't just in the front and the middle. It's our whole body's connected. So think about the back. As you're breathing, imagine it's going into the ribs in the back, into the shoulder blades. There's a space between the ribs and the shoulder blade on top. And as you breathe, picture that. Pumping air between the ribs and lifting the shoulder blades away. By bringing our attention from our brain and our breath into those places, we can focus on that tension, on those knots, on those places that we're holding without thinking about it, and let them relax. And breathe it out. It helps to loosen them up a little bit. Breathe in and tighten the shoulders a bit. And breathe out, let them drop and open. Good. Breathe in, imagine the ribs expanding front, side, and back. Picture the spine within your own body, just discs of bones stacked on each other. Picture as you breathe in that the spine stretches a little and that cartilage between the bones of the spine opens, takes in that fresh air and that fresh oxygenated blood, and stretches the spine, releasing the tightness. As you breathe out, the spine stays lighter. Each of the bones floats above the other, all the way up to the neck, the smaller vertebral bones of the neck and the head that sits on the top pin, letting that breath, imagine it going up around those bones of the spine, lifting the base of the skull and the jaw with your breath. It's not actually lifting physically like we are when we lift the ribs and the chest, but the imagination. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what you tell it and what you actually experience. So if you can picture the breath coming in, the attention and the awareness does the trick. It helps to release. Just let your head float. Let the lightness fill your body. You fluffed your body with your fresh oxygenated breath and blood. That's the 3-part breath. And I hope you enjoyed it and have a good rest of your day and stay well. Thank you.